We're going to dive into our main topic of the week, and that is one Jacob Fatu. Of course, part of the Inoue family, son of the Tonga Kid, Sam Fatu. Rikishi and Umaga are his uncles. Usos and Roman, of course, that makes him cousins. Legend has it, tried to do a bunch of digging, couldn't find too much info on it, but legend has it, he was in jail on some robbery charges.
Yep.
He saw his cousins on TV, and he was like, when I get out, that's what I want to do.
Yeah.
And so when he got out, he put his head down. He was trained by Rikishi, and he just hit the Cali Indies from like 2012 to 2018, just grinded it out. A lot of times he would partner with his family members. He would team with, whoever was in the Indies that was related to him, or they could make him, the wrestling business.
Yeah.
Two Samoans, put them together.
Yeah.
He also would tag with this guy, Joseph Samael.
Okay.
He's he's 50. Like he's more towards the production manager role now, but he teamed with Jacob for quite a while in the Indies. Okay, he was called and the original he had a Sheik gimmick.
Oh, okay.
And he got the blessing from the original Sheik and Sabu.
Wow,
they said, "Hey, you can do this gimmick." That's cool. So Jacob Fatu would partner with him a lot on the Indies, kind of toil around on the Indies for a little bit. Like I said, working in Cali. But in 2018, he goes to Mexico, and that's where the eyes kind of get put on him because he's in the ring with like some true lucha libre legends, and he's holding his own. Nice. So that's when the bigger indie promotions come calling. Yeah. That's when I first saw him because for some weird reason at 1 o'clock in the morning on like a Thursday when you're just flipping through channels, MLW came up. Yep. And he went there with Joseph Samael, and they started this. They debuted with a vengeance. They attacked Tom Lawler, who was their champion at the time, and he came in with Joseph, and they called themselves the Contra Unit. Okay. Have you heard anything about the Contra Unit?
I've seen clips from it. I actually went back and looked at some of his MLW stuff. It's awesome.
I watched his debut today, because that was the one part I hadn't really seen. I've seen some of his great matches over the years, but man, that debut is electric. Okay. And what's crazy is since Joseph had that Iron Sheik gimmick, blood is, without question. Yeah. So the first match I see him with, he's got a railroad spike out there just going at some jobber. I'm like, oh, this poor guy. I hope they gave him a little bonus here. Yeah. But they came in immediately, biggest thing in MLW. Yeah. The Contra Unit, you couldn't stop them. They recruited Simon Gotch. You might remember him from the vaudevillain days. Oh, okay. He was a former tag wrestler in NXT. He turned out he wasn't that great of a guy, so he got fired. But found himself back on the Indies. Yeah. So what great is people hated him. Yeah. So natural heat. So it just built up more heat for a Contra Unit. Yeah. You could tell, like, going back and watching some of those MLW matches and the way the commentators, but what's great is his first match in MLW, Jim Cornette's on the call.
Really?
Yeah. Wow. It's great. So, like, you feel like you're blasted back into, like, the 90s, you know, like.
Is he, like, putting him over heavy?
Oh, pushing this dude to the moon and back. Wow. Like, you could tell when he came in, they're like, this is our guy. Nice. So, since he attacked Tom Lawler, first feud is for the heavyweight championship. Yeah. Straight out gates.
Yeah. Didn't he hold it? Isn't he like a record belt holder for MLW?
819 days.
Yeah, sounds like a record.
What's that? 2.5 years?
That's
2 3/4.
That's insane. Yeah. So that was, he just came in, immediately went for the belt.
I can say that, like when Roman's like, I had it. He's like, well, I did too, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, immediately came in, won the belt.
And then just kept
it.
Wow.
But he had the Contra Unit helping him. But what's great is he didn't really need them. Yeah. Like they were this great, amazing, just destructive group. Yeah. And Fatu would just go out there and just do it himself. Yeah. He was the reason they were destructive in the first place. Yeah. So it was cool. It was a nice spin on the monster heel leading the monster group, but he doesn't really need them. Yeah. But it's nice that they're there.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'll give MLW credit. They have done some pretty fun storylines over the years.
Yeah,
they brought in Lucha Libre or Lucha Underground.
Look in their because they have the guy from Lucha Underground, right?
And he was running the promotion for a little bit.
Yeah. Wait, is he? Yeah, Cesar or something. Is he like the commissioner or whatever in ML?
He was at some point.
Okay, cool.
But what's now is they got another guy that's like the commissioner causing all kinds of havoc.
Oh, okay.
But Caesar's taking like a secondary.
Nice.
So they're still intertwined.
I got to get into it. That seems like they have some pretty decent stuff going on.
The guy that took over Contra Unit, Marks Kruger, is a lunatic.
Oh, I watched the match. I watched the Fatu match, one of the Fatu matches with him. Yeah.
So he stays with Contra. That amazing reign he had, defended his title against La Park, which I didn't know there was another La Park.
Yeah,
I know. Teamed with La Parka.
La Parka, yeah.
They were the Parka. They were a tag team in MLW.
Okay.
And La Parka has since retired, and I think passed on the gimmick to this guy.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if it's his son, relative. I don't know. But some great matches with Hammerstone. Hammerstone ended up ending his 819-day reign as he was still the leader of Contra. But during that Hammerstone feud, it culminated in a War Chamber match, which is a straight-up knockoff of War Games.
Sounds like it, yeah. War Chamber.
War Chamber. It's 2 rings with steel cage. Didn't change anything up but the name. But that's why I'm excited, because this dude had a banger of a match against Hammerstone's team. I found this on YouTube.
Oh, I got to check that out.
Check out the clips.
Yeah.
Since they lost that feud, Contra Unit turned on Jacob Fatu. The real reason is he was so popular. They're like, we got to turn this dude face, which I'm sure is what's going to happen in WWE.
Oh, yeah, I bet.
He gets so over.
Yeah.
They're going to be like,
yeah.
So that he would start. That's when they dubbed him the Samoan Werewolf.
Okay.
So he's only been called the Samoan Werewolf as a face in MLW. So it's fun. They brought it over as the heel.
I must have seen him. I told you I saw him at a GCW show in probably like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
So would he have been the MLW champ when because he was probably working different indies at the same. Do you know when he left MLW?
So he left in 2023.
Oh, okay.
But
so
he might have dropped the championship at a while, because he did have a run with the National Openweight Championship, which MLW likes him going to other promotions and defending.
Oh, okay. So that might have been. I saw him in a tag match with, do you know Joey Janela?
Yeah.
I saw.
Was he with? Was that his partner?
It was Joey Janela and this kid Starboy Charlie. So it was those two versus him and another Samoan.
Yeah. He's teamed with his cousin. Like, that's what's great about this whole Samoan storyline. There's so many more. Like Hikuleu is signed. He hasn't debuted.
Yeah.
He's Toma Tonga and Tagaloa's brother.
Yeah.
Who's 6'8". So where's he gonna fit in?
I feel like the literal bloodline never ends.
That's the best part, because what had me thinking is that The Rock, because Triple H has been pretty cerebral about this, he's living up to his nickname.
Yeah.
Because they wouldn't have told us the history of the bloodline if they weren't going to dive into it. So that's what got me thinking The Rock was behind Solo's push. Because now they added that whole nother level of with the necklace.
Yes, yeah.
You can't get that unless the elders give that to you. So they made sure to point that out. So Solo is backed by somebody.
Oh, interesting.
So I'm hoping it's The Rock and Haku.
Okay, yeah.
The Toma's dad.
Yeah.
Ming in WCW days.
Oh, Ming, yeah, I remember that.
When he's been doing some Bullet Club appearances, he's gone by Haku. I think that's his name.
Okay.
Dude can still go in the ring. He's like 60-something.
Dang.
Not a full match, but he can still, do the Ming, chop to the throat.
Yeah.
So it'd be, and that's his, how the Rock and Roman aren't real cousins.
Yeah.
They're blood cousins.
Yeah.
Well, that's how Rock is with Toma Tonga and Tongaloa.
Oh, interesting.
Because Haku took it, him and Haku and the Rock are really good. We're really close. That's what his Samoan family.
That's probably the best way for that Solo thing to play. You should, I feel like you have to get Rock back with him.
Because they teased us with they were going to do the elders thing with Roman, and we never got it. They changed it last minute.
Yeah.
I would really like it if they did it with Solo, though.
Yeah.
That'd be really cool.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see how this pans out. But he stays a Samoan Werewolf, stays a face the rest of his time. On February 3rd, 2024, Fatu beat Yuji Nagata in one of their pay-per-views. He was attacked and written off by Mars Kruger, or Mads Kruger. He changes his name depending on where he's at.
I think when I saw him, it was Mads Kruger.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Put him in a body bag. Carried him out over his shoulder.
No way.
Go online and find Jacob Fatu's farewell to MLW. It is sick.
He got carried out in a body bag?
Yeah. That's how big this dude is. He seamlessly put Jacob Fatu in a body bag, slung him over his shoulder, and was out. And he's still wreaking havoc as Contra unit.
Wow.
And fantastic way to write someone off, especially when he was their guy.
Yeah. This make me want to watch MLW.
I love MLW.
Yeah,
they got a lot of the guys that like are I'm never going to WWE.
Yeah.
Like Tom Waller.
Yeah.
Von Erichs were there for a little bit, but they're in Ring of Honor now. So I hate that they lost them.
Yeah.
But interesting roster.
Yeah.
To say the least. You got they got a very good relationship with Mexico. So they get a lot of Mexican stars.
Yeah.
A lot of like Matt Riddle's back there now.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it strikes me as just like the highest level indie you could get without going to AEW.
If you're not in TNA, AEW, or WWE, this is the place to be.
Yeah.
And some might say, depending on what storyline they're going to give you, might be a better option for you than TNA.
I could see that.
And AEW, if they're just going to throw you on Ring of Honor.
Yeah.
Because MLW at least has that TV deal with Fusion TV. So
yeah,
they're at least it's a random channel to find.
I didn't even know they had TV until I looked into them a little bit more because of Fatu. But I didn't know they had TV. That's pretty awesome.
So that like I said, man, this dude has not had that crazy of a career yet.
Yeah, yeah. When I was looking him up, I felt the same way. I was like, oh, I thought he would have had much more of a backstory.
Yeah, dude could just go in the ring.
Yeah,
looks great.
How old is he? He's like 31?
Yeah.
Wow.
I just hate that, he had to go through but then again, things happen for a reason. I'm just thinking if one of these promotions caught him earlier, but
yeah,
he's there now. That's the important thing. And he's got a bright future ahead of him.
Yeah.
Where do you see this planning out? What would be, write me the way they make Jacob Fatu the next great superstar.
I guess it all depends on what they do with this, how this bloodline thing shakes out. You think it'd be like Rock, say it's like Rock, Solo, Fatu versus Roman, or versus like the old bloodline? Or is that kind of what we're thinking?
I would love if they just keep it simple. Yeah. Like you just said, like Rock, Fatu, Solo versus Roman, Jay, Cody.
Yeah.
I mean, you got, if it's War Games, you got to add, 5-on-5?
Yeah.
So you got to throw Jimmy in there, unfortunately. No one is clamoring for Jimmy to come back. No one's chanting, "We want Jimmy."
That's true. Yeah, you don't really hear anything, unfortunately.
So I don't know how they play that one out.
Yeah. Well, I guess it depends who the belt lands on, too, or how you turn them. I don't know. How would you turn them face?
Well, I think that's how you got to keep Cody in with this to keep the belt in there to make it main event scene, I guess. Because I think Roman and Cody, you still got to play that out at some point. That's unfair. They're 1-1.
Yeah.
You got to have that game 3.
Yeah.
That blow off match.
Yeah.
I just think it'd be great if Rock came back and he was leading this group.
Yeah.
And just he keeps pushing these guys.
Yeah.
And they have their big match wherever that may be. If they save it for WrestleMania. Because, I mean, the word is Rock's hurt right now. He got hurt on that movie set.
Oh, he did?
So who knows if Rock can... But then again, they're feeding us that. Like, is he really hurt? Is Jacob Fatu really hurt?
Yeah. He gets hurt on a movie set of all places?
He's doing some MMA movie and the rumor was he got hurt. So I don't... But that went quiet real quick, though. They're like, he's hurt. So I would love for Rock to push this group so far, and then one day... He goes to hit Jacob, and Jacob's grabs his hand. Because how much of a push do you need if you stand up to The Rock? Yeah,
he needs. I think that's what it is. He needs one big moment he needs to just dominate like a legend or a main eventer. I think he needs that one moment.
And then he goes on and beats Roman. And then Roman has that big, this is the guy. I'm not saying this has to happen in a year.
Right,
This could be very slow.
Yeah.
Because I'm hoping, I've said it many a time here, I'm hoping Roman takes that Brock Lesnar part-timer role, show up, destroy, leave, come back in 4 months.
Yeah.
That we don't need Brock anymore. So Roman takes that spot. Jacob can take Roman's spot as the head of the table.
Yeah.
Because then they can make him the head of the table and then stop talking about the head of the table.
Yeah.